Mr. Speaker, President Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States, was quoted as saying, when Congress is in plenary, Congress is in exhibition. When Congress is in committee, Congress is at work. Mr. Speaker, let us put aside politics. Let us look at what is before us. What is before us is for us to determine, Mr. Speaker, whether we shall uphold the will of the people of Meru as opposed to the will of 68 members of County Assembly of Meru. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask my colleagues, none of us here is an expert on everything. No senator, Mr. Speaker, is an expert on everything. That is why, Mr. Speaker, we recede to committees so that we can have the benefit of expertise of people who know this stuff. Mr. Speaker, there are audit queries amongst the charges that you have read. Some are lawyers here, some are social scientists, some are engineers, some are traders. You cannot claim to be able to be so knowledgeable that here you are a lawyer, here you are an audit person, and you prosecute the matter in the manner and the depth at which it is required, Mr. Speaker. So I want to urge my fellow colleagues that if we have trust in the capacities of our fellow senators, let us give them that opportunity. And I wanted to ask my sister, Gloria, Senator Gloria, Honorable Senator Gloria, Distinguished Honorable Senator Gloria, Her Highness, did you say? Mr. Speaker, I wanted to request her to think about this, The issue of whether the governors who are being selected to sit in that committee, former governors, balances. You can have one way of looking at it, you can have the other way of looking at it. The other way, Mr. Speaker, is that these governors have lived through these experiences, live experience, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, they will be of great use. They will be able to help the committee.
What is your point of order, Senator Gloria? I thought you've been decorated.
Mr. Speaker, I was at the floor of the House executing my point, and I was reprimanded for mentioning that 2 former governors will be sitting in that committee. Mr. Speaker, the same has been done by a male senator, and it is okay with the House. These are the things that I'm talking about. You should retract your statement referencing any former governor sitting in any committee with regards to the impeachment. That is what we are talking about, gender sensitivity.
Senator Gloria, I think Senator Mwangaza was trying to look at the wealth of experience each of these proposed names bring to the committee. Senator Mwangaza, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I don't wish to be distracted in my train of thinking, but I want to urge my fellow friends and colleagues in this House, please, let us not be emotional about this thing. Let us put the correct people. And Mr. Speaker, when I'm looking at this list and commenting on the competences of the membership that has been proposed, I'm not out of order. When I say there are legal issues, and maybe we have lawyers there. When I say there are governance issues, and there are people who have been governors before, Mr. Speaker, I'm not out of order to say that the list that has been proposed, Mr. Speaker, is a competent list. And Mr. Speaker, I wanted also to point out this issue, that whenever we are forming committees, we try to bring regional balance. I have looked at this list, the proposed list, Mr. Speaker. I see that the category of regional balance has been met. The category of new and old members of this Senate has been met. Mr. Speaker, the category of those people who have been in that situation that the subject matter of this motion and those who have not been is met. Mr. Speaker, I don't see why we should spend time on this matter. I am urging this House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm urging this House. Gerard Gay, Bwana, sit down, Bwana. You have not been given the floor. What's the problem with this guy? No, sit down, Bwana. Sit down, you're out of order. No. No, you cannot harass the speaker like that, Bwana. You sit down, Bwana. No.
Senator Mngatana, please just have your seat, please.
No, you can't harass
Senator
the speaker.
Mngatana,
yes.
Kindly have your seat. Thank you. Senator Chirangei, kindly go through your standing orders. You cannot come to the chair through combative ways. You cannot. You can only raise a point of order if the chair allows. And kindly, Senator Chirangei, kindly proceed, Senator Mngatana.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I was saying that the category of balancing the membership in terms of regional balance, Mr. Speaker, has been reached. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge this House. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge this House.
Senator Mngatana, have a seat. Senator Chirangei, I want to refer you to Standing Order 121. 2. The Speaker may call a senator whose conduct is disorderly, which you are, to order, and A, caution the senator or order the senator to withdraw from the precincts of the Senate for the remainder of that day's sitting. I'm going to be lenient. I'm going to caution you, but you still proceed to take part in today's proceedings. Kindly, Senator Mngatana, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Senator Onyonka.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to first thank you, Mr. Speaker, for looking this way. Mr. Speaker, if you listen to the argument that Honorable Mngatana is making, he's actually giving a legitimization and an expression as to why he thinks we need to go and hold this exercise in committee. Already the presentation that has been made by none other than the majority leader, he said both options are on the table. I don't understand why he is arguing that according to him, the best way to conduct this exercise is through committee, and yet as members of the Senate, we must be allowed to vent and discuss this matter because we have issues which are outstanding. And I don't want to, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to be a rubber stamp on this exercise. Allow us to vent. Allow us to explain why we disagree with the majority leader. He may have his way, but allow us to have our way, our say.
Senator Onyonka,
yes.
That is exactly what is happening now. Senator Mngatana has taken a position. He wants to persuade you
yes.
to go the committee way. Let us allow Senator Mngatana to make his contribution.
Thank you, sir.
I'm afraid,
but I hope you will also allow us to make our case.
Senator Mngatana.
Mr. Speaker, as I take my seat, we have been told in submissions by previous speakers that what we are carrying out, Mr. Speaker, is a quasi-judicial function of this Senate. Mr. Speaker, every person who has appeared in a court of law knows...
Honorable Senators, may Senator Mngatana be heard in silence, please.
Mr. Speaker, can I be protected from Senator Cherargei? He is deliberately doing this so that I don't get to persuade other people.
Senator Mngatana, proceed.
Much obliged.
If you have an intervention, you press, you don't shout.
Much obliged. Mr. Speaker, I'm making my last point before I sit. The process we are engaged in, Mr. Speaker, is not ordinary Senate seeking. Mr. Speaker, it is a quasi-judicial function. Mr. Speaker, any person who has been in court, you know, Mr. Speaker, because you also share a legal background, you know, Mr. Speaker, that people must be given an opportunity to be heard. They must be given an opportunity to present their case. They must be given an opportunity to say why they think those charges are right, and the other side to say why they think those charges are wrong. Mr. Speaker, I wonder if it is possible to do that where all of us are seated. Mr. Speaker, that is why traditionally in every court, you give an opportunity when there's only one person listening.
Senator Cherargei. Senator Cherargei.
Throw him out, Mr. Speaker. Throw him out. Throw him out. Throw him out.
Senator Cherargei, I'm afraid.
Go away, man.
I'm afraid
He's behaving like a child.
this should serve as a final caution to you. In the next few minutes, if you don't conduct yourself in an orderly manner, I'm afraid you may have to watch these proceedings. Come outside. Proceed and conclude your contribution, Senator
Yes,
Mngatana.
Mr. Speaker, I was just saying that a quasi-judicial process means that we are almost behaving like judges where we are. And then when a judge is sitting, Mr. Speaker, it is a different situation. It is better when there are fewer of us than when we are many of us. Because when we are many of us, Mr. Speaker, the whole mood becomes different. That's when you have the Cherargeis and such people intervening, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying this, that if it is possible, Mr. Speaker,
Senator, order members, Senator Mngatana,
Yes,
kindly retract.
I retract, Mr. Speaker. But I want to say, Mr. Speaker, normally, when people are so many in a group, it is not possible to get all the information that is necessary. So, Mr. Speaker, what I'm asking is this. Let us calm down. Let us have the opportunity to receive all this information through our colleagues. Mr. Speaker, we have trusted our colleagues to bring us information on bills regarding even the Constitution. Why not this one? Serious bills, Mr. Speaker, on money, on everything that pertains to our duties here. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge colleagues, let us trust our colleagues who are in this committee to do the right thing. They will bring the report, we will debate it, we can agree or disagree, but let us give them the opportunity to receive the evidence, to sit with experts, and to give us a proper report. Mr. Speaker, I support. Thank you.